Hey everybody, always dizzy here. So this might be a really bad idea, but I haven't streamed in feels like 2 weeks. Um, and that's because 11 days ago I got really sick and I took a test. And yes, it's COVID. Which sucks because I am like 3 or 4 times vaccinated. I actually think I picked it up at a chess tournament um, that I went to because 2 days later I got sick. And I didn't notice anyone sick at the tournament, but I often get sick after tournaments. So I've been having a tough time here. I think I turned a corner on recovery today. I'm still very sick, but I think the worst is over. So I thought I would try streaming today because it's been so long since I've streamed. My rating has nosedived since I got sick. I don't feel brain fog, but my rating says otherwise. So there's going to be a lot of coughing in this video. If that is too annoying to bear through, then yeah, should probably not watch this. Yeah, I'm going to be coughing throughout the video. I've got water, my tea here, lots of Kleenex, cough drops, everything. Okay, so I'm going to start with public streak of 40 before I play any games. Not sure how long I'll last. If coughing becomes too much of a problem, I'll end it early. I'm going to start at the 3-minute mark here, which is in about 10 seconds. Man. Okay, here we go. Not even sure about this. I guess, okay, we pick up the queen. I haven't done puzzle streak in like 2 weeks. So we'll see how this goes. And what's going to be annoying is I just gave my whole history of COVID at the beginning of this video. I know people are going to start entering and they're all going to ask me the same questions. Okay. So we are black. I think I just want to go after the C pawn. And we'll have a more advanced... Whoa! Yeah, black... Wait, no, I'm a little confused here. This one's kind of tricky. King B5. Oh, King C5. So how does this win? He's in white's in Zugzwang, and then he can't play King C5. That's a tricky one. That one is underrated. I'm not expecting for there to be tricks at this at this level, but it's okay because we can just start over here. Wait. I thought I had mate, but I guess he had King D4. Okay, this playing while having COVID is not going so well. Confused here. Because if I go bishop f7, there's rook f7. And I can take his rook. And I guess technically I've won some material there. But we are down 2 pawns to begin with. So I'm not so sure about that. And if king h8, well, then I can take the knight. Like I can take the rook and then take the knight. I guess this is... I don't like this puzzle, though. because I don't feel that it's so clear. This should be good enough. I don't think e4 is going to work for white or whatever color that was. Well, we have this check, and we have a discovery on the rook, so I could maybe go knight g5. That also threatens rook h7. Okay, we have a check. I could also take on d3. And then that wins his queen. We have a check. And then a mate. And we have a mate. We have a mate in 2. Okay, well, let's look at checks. Oh, it's a mate in 2 here. I'm going to take a cough drop, see if that helps. Nobody joined yet. Has everyone... This is my fear about not streaming. Is that the channel dies. There should be a mate. I think we have mate like this. Ooh. Yeah, still same thing. Okay. Check. Check. King g8. And then I guess queen g4, that should be good enough. Okay. Yeah, we'll just take there. But I think king g8 and then queen g4, which the line I was looking at. Okay, we are black. Can we do a deflection? So check if he goes king f1. Does this win? I think it does. And if he goes king f3, then this is mate. Okay. Check. We are down a minor piece after that still, though. And then we have a check. But that's not enough. Yeah, and what about queen c3, king d1? Then this is not mate. So even that I'm not sure about. The position is good though. I mean, what's not to like? Maybe just rook c8 there even. I'm not entirely sure. You'd think it's taking the knight, though. You really would. And then again, here I'm thinking the check. Then he's got king d2. And then maybe rook c8 again. I'm going to look at this one with the engine. I don't see what else it would be, though, other than taking the knight. And he does play king d1. Wow, nobody in this stream. Yeah, it's really important to be consistent when streaming. Okay, so check, bishop c1. And then could I play rook c8? Yeah, maybe it's this. Maybe we go here first, because rook c8 seems to be unstoppable. See, if I go rook c8 first, I think he can just make a run for it. So I am going to give the check first, and then I'll look at this with the engine after. Yeah, and then rook c8. That was tough. Okay, so yeah, so if I had gone rook c8 first, he can just make a run for it amongst other moves. But I was also curious about this line. Yeah, and then so I did correctly look at this, but this is completely underrated puzzle, because to assess all this is not simple. But his king is just too exposed. We are down actually no, we're up the exchange too, but I don't like that puzzle just because of how it's rated. I'm giving it a down vote. Okay, we are white. I should be able to take, and then I think Bon Jovi kicks in. So, okay. I like this type of mate. Ooh. Well, we can just give checkmate. And is not a mate in 2 here. Should be a mate in 2. Come on. This wins the knight. Can I go check? Okay, let's say he takes, and then king f1. I can then give a check. Bishop g1, and then I have bishop h2 at the end. King e2. Ooh, yeah, that will put me up material. So I don't think he can take it. Excuse me. And then if he goes king g1, then I can just take. So hello, Nabila. Welcome back. Thank you. So I might have e4 here, Because if he takes on c3, after I recapture, he's going to have 2 pieces under attack. And unless black can make a threat, a counter threat, I should be picking up that bishop. So I think it's e4. And yeah, he just takes it. So we'll recapture here. Just make sure I'm not missing anything obvious. Okay, we are black. So we have a check. And then we have mate. So this is mate in 3. Unless I'm missing something, it should be a mate in 3. Okay, we are white. There's a fork right here. So I could go knight f6 or possibly queen h7. But we're down a rook. So it's probably knight f6. And then white has to give up his queen here. Yeah, because I don't see how he stops it otherwise. Okay, we are white. I think we might be able to pick up this rook. And this is probably how. Rook f6, and then we can take that rook. And black has no threats here. So we go for that. We are white. 3 viewers now. Welcome, viewers. Well, there should just be, okay, maybe not mate in 2, but getting very close. I could then take the knight, then it's pretty damn close. Taking the knight first is also tempting. But I like the forcing idea of this. So queen takes g6, king h8, bishop f5. And how does he stop mate? Maybe rook g8 there. No, I'm still threatening mate there. Because I'm threatening mate on h7. Maybe here. Yeah, Yeah, but then I have bishop e6. I think this is the way forward, but it's a weird, like bishop f5 is kind of a slow move. Okay, careful about offering moves, Nebula. Careful with offering suggestions, please. But yeah, so queen g6, king h8. Yeah, but this is what I was looking at already. It's just, I just feel a little uneasy about it, though. I like it because I'm threatening mate on g7 and on h7. And I don't think he has a way to deal with both threats. Because his queen can't go to any of these squares in the 7th rank. So I do think this is the solution, but yeah, it's a little scary. Okay, but I am going to go for it. It was correct. Okay, we are black. Yeah, we feels close to a mate, but I don't think there is going to be a mate here. Maybe it's just queening. So if I try to queen right away, I think he just doubles up. Or sorry, not doubles up, but like he takes my rook. One interesting idea is to sack the rook. That's not very interesting. No, that's a If my king wasn't here, h5 is not quite winning still. I feel like there's a very straightforward move here. Excuse me. That I'm just not seeing. Like maybe taking and then king g7 or something. Does chat see it? Don't tell me the answer. I'm just curious if anyone has seen it yet. Could it just be taking and then pushing? I think it's not flamboyant. I think it's just taking and then pushing. It's lame. I think it's just taking and then playing f2. Nothing flashy. It's a dull puzzle. Yeah, that's just dull. I was looking for something flashier. Okay, we are black. Wow, we have to give checkmate here. And this looks pretty good because this is a mate in 2. Actually, I wonder if we can force it this way. Hello, silent gameplay. Welcome. Because here he has to go to either king h3 or to g3. And then I'm wondering, because then if he goes to g3, I have f4. And then he has to go to h3. And then, is this mate? Wow. So that's one line. Check, check, king g3, then f4 check. Only legal, wait. Yeah, only legal move is to go to h3, and then rook f3 is mate. So that's pretty crazy. Now we have to look at if he goes king h3 right away, but it's still just going to be mate. Wow. So this is forcing. It's kind of surprising that there's a win here. So yeah, check and then rook f3. That's surprising that there's a mate there. Okay, we are black. I'm surprised I'm lasting this long. Being sick. I didn't think it would go this well. I am coughing, but I really thought it would go worse. Okay, so let's look at the most forcing moves first. Let's say king g1. Then queen g3 is going to be mate in 2 more moves. Right? So he can't go to g1. If he goes to f1, well, I think I'm just winning his queen to begin with. But I might even have more than that. I might have this check. And then it's not quite mate. There's got to be a win there, though. Yeah, I don't think we have to calculate beyond that. Yeah, so this is just going to be a mate. Here, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything obvious, but okay. We are white. So can I push and queen? If he goes rook c6, then I'm up the exchange. I think it might be c7 here. I think it's c7. c7, rook c6. And then we just promote. Takes. We are down 2 pawns for the exchange, though. But rook is so good. I'm going to play that. Wait. I just got to be careful of one thing. No, I think we're just doing that. Okay. Nebula says he tried blitz, and then 800 blitz. Chess is hard. I dropped a lot since getting COVID. For anyone that just joined, I got COVID. That's where I've been. I've been really sick with COVID. So my rating has just nosedived. Okay. This is juicy. Yeah, so maybe it's knight e4, because how did he stop me from going here? I guess he's got rook g1. Yeah, blitz is more fun than rapid, I would say, but everything I do is to try to improve. So I play rapid because I feel that gives me a better chance of improving. Yeah, so the only move I can see is for him to play knight h3, right? But then I can take it. But then he has rook g1. But he doesn't have time for that. So I think it is just going here. Okay. We are white. We're not Wong. We're white. Man. Okay, so can I just take on d5 here? I think I can. And then I just take the knight. Because what else are we doing? Although something I forgot to consider here is we are down the exchange. This would only put us back up into material equality, but we are up a pawn. Is that enough for the puzzle gods to be happy here? I think it needs to be. Don't like that one. Because that's still a game. Okay, well, we have a check. If he wants to keep his knight alive, then he has to go to g7. But can I just attack f7? I think I can just attack f7. Oh, maybe not. No, we have to do it this way? No, wait. How do we do it? How's the coughing, by the way? How annoying is it? Because I know I'm coughing a lot, but I'm used to it by now. Hopefully it's not unbearable. Queen d8. King g7. Maybe... Nope. See, if I go to f7, he takes my knight. Maybe that's not a problem. Maybe I can go to queen d8, king g7, queen e7, and then if he takes on e5, because he's pinned here. Yeah. So I think this might be it. And then bishop e5. Yeah. That was tricky. Okay, black. Ooh boy, king and pawn ending. So, this is very tricky because these pawns are very close together. So if I push, and I don't think he can ignore it because I can probably then play king f4. And then king h5, I can then push the pawn. I think. Yeah, because then if he pushes here, I can take with check. So same thing. I just looked at that. Yeah, so I think it's pushing the e pawn because of what I just said. I think I have king f4. So I think he would need to he has to go back, right? And then I'm just taking the pawn. So it's got to be pushing. Yeah, and then we just go king f4. Because if he pushes, I take with the king. And if he brings in the king, we just push. And again, here, we take with check. I wasn't expecting this. I think I take it. No. I already talked about this. How dumb am I? Okay, we are white. So we have a discovery on his queen. It might be g4 here. G4 should be winning, right? How is that not winning? So the scariest thing I see is rook e3. But I just take. Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be g4. Yeah, this was a weird puzzle. What the hell was that? Okay. So let's look at taking. Ooh, Anastasia's mate. Boom, boom, check. This is Anastasia's mate. Very nice. Know your patterns. Okay, last one. I'm happy I did it with COVID. Okay, let's look at the most forcing lines. This is one of them. If he takes. Okay, you know what? New plan, actually. If I can put him on a dark square, I can win his queen. I have to do that while saving my queen, though. Another thing to note is he currently doesn't have any good checks, so I might be able to play a slow move. No, I'm going to look at this again, but just remembering that if I can get his king to a dark square, I win his queen. So check, check. See, he can't go to a dark square. And if he goes to a light square, I can force him to a dark square. Now, if I do all those trades, he will have 2 rooks and a bishop for my queen and a rook, but that's still better for me. Yeah, so I think it's taking on b7 and then check. If he goes here, he's going to be forced to a dark square again. So I think it's taking here. Now, if he... oh, wait. What if he leaves... What if he doesn't take it? And he does go to dark square, but now my queen is still under fire. That's kind of a problem. Well, then I go check. Okay. So what if he goes here? Then I can go check it. Yeah, this has to be winning. Yeah, so we go check. And then he's on a dark square and da-da-da. Okay, and I'm done. Okay, I'll get one wrong on purpose now. So that took me 33 minutes, I think. Pretty good. First run, too. No, second run this session. But I'm happy with that. You know, deep into the throes of COVID, I'll take that. That was, by the way, a nice little puzzle. That last one. Okay, I'm going to play a game. Avert your eyes. I warn you, my rating I dropped like 100 points, okay, on Rapid, because sick and bad combo. But here we go. Rapid. Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, but oh God. My second digit is a 0. Hello, Humberto. Second digit is a 0. It feels bad, man. I've also been experimenting a little bit. Playing like a little bit more aggressive. Obviously, it's not going very well. I kind of want to take, but no, we will castle. And let's show this 2143 what we're made out of here. So do I want to go B6 or D6? Let's go B6. Well, once upon a time I was 22.37, but that was my peak. Okay, so I could take and then play 94, which I might do. I could also play D6 and make him spend him. I'm going to play D6. I'm going to make him spend a move to get this minor piece traded off. That way, because if I take, he doesn't spend a move, and then I essentially get D6 in for free. And he might have trouble figuring out what to do if he doesn't entice this trade. So there's no reason for me to move that. Yeah, and I'm just going to continue here because this isn't going anywhere, right? There it goes. And now we do it. So we saved ourselves a move. And I think I want knight e4. And he might go bishop e1. Hello, Sudeep. He does play, so that's a good move. But I think we have a very, very pleasant position. At least I like it. I could maybe play a5 because that stops b4, but then this can cause a little bit of concern. How do we do? Pretty bad. I've got COVID. That's where I've been. I could play knight df6. There's still b4, and I don't really know what I'm doing. What about e5, right? Maybe e5. What are we doing if it goes bishop d3? I don't know. Maybe knight g5 or something. Okay, e5. But what am I doing after e5? e5, bishop d3. Am I going f4? I can't do it right away because that'll drop. Yeah, maybe do I do this? No, because that's dropping that, right? I don't know what I would do there. Should I go c5 here? Let him close this up? Feels kind of wrong. I think I'm going to play it though. For one thing, does it stop b4? It doesn't stop b4. I don't know. We'll see after the game. I can't spend forever on the move, though. Yeah, I've got water in here. Keep reminding me to drink, people. I have kidney disease, too, so I should be drinking more. And I've got chai tea here. I've got cough medicine. I've got Kleenex, everything. That's a COVID test over there. Okay, where was I? He does play b4. Wow, this guy's good. He knows what to do. Okay, so if he takes, I think I'm fine with that. My chai tea. Chai tea chai. Okay. Yeah, so I could offer this trade. Is that so bad? I don't see why it's good though. I could bring in the other knight, but I kind of like where it is. I could make, could we attack? How do we attack? Here? Maybe G5? I don't know how to attack. Queen F6 maybe? How do we attack? How does one attack? I don't know how to attack. Okay. I'm going to try to attack. Ooh, by the way, there's a little pin here. Weird. I see a message from Nebula on my streaming software, but I don't see it on the actual chat. Maybe if I click on all chat, live chat. Oh yeah. So if I click on live chat, now I see it. Okay, sorry. I got to focus on the game, not the chat. So he protects. I wonder if this guy's watching the stream. I'm very paranoid, but the only reason I say that is he's played a lot of moves. He's played a lot of moves that I mentioned, but it doesn't mean he's watching the stream. But yeah, it's okay. So he might be threatening to take here. Okay, I can't take with the B pawn anymore. But I can probably just take with the D pawn. Asian cuisine spices. I can't actually taste anything right now. I lost my sense of smell and taste. I hope it comes back. It's kind of disturbing. Okay, so how do I continue my attack? Maybe King H8. This could open up at some point, though. Do we just have to be brave and start pushing? Is this a thing? I guess we'll find out. Because I don't know how else to do things here. So I guess we're just going to push pawns and hope things work out. But no, I do think I'm on the mend because, okay, he's threatening F3. Let's take. We don't quite have bishop E3, unfortunately. Do we have F4? Takes. That looks pretty good. Let's, what if he pushes? Actually, can I win a pawn here? No, then I'm losing G5. Not the worst pawn to lose, though. But I think I might just push here. Okay, we're going to push. It'll be interesting to look at this with the computer to see how I am supposed to attack. If F3, then I take a pawn. Okay, well, we're going to take this pawn. And how do we want to take it? If I take with the queen, I get to retain my structural integrity. If I take with the pawn, Okay, yeah, let's maintain the structural integrity. And then my time is going quickly. You know what I really want to try? It's got different names in India, but remind me after because I got to focus here. Okay. I'm going to flag. Let's get okay, let's attack. And I don't know, do we want to do it this way or this way? I don't know. Oh, I got to be careful. This, oh my God. That almost loses on the spot. So, yeah, maybe we should get out of here. Let's get out of here. Okay. Yeah, because that was getting dangerous there. So I forget what it's called in India. It's got different names depending on the region. It's like two P words. Paneer. Oh, I won't remember. But it's these. Okay, wait. I'll mention it after the game. Okay, so can I go here? Let him take and then rook d8. Do I have that? I feel I do, but he's got this stupid check. Bing, bang, boom, check. Can I give up 2 pawns for that? I actually feel I can. Okay. Are we going to do that? Wait. Yeah. Can I do that? Okay, this is very risky business. Not Palak Paneer. It's like these little balls that you break open. You break the top and then you put kind of like a liquid thing inside. Okay, yeah. So this was my plan. Oh shit! He can just defend the bishop. I'm so stupid. I had to talk about the food. That was dumb. I was completely winning. I played a good game. Oh well. So did he. Pani Puri. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce it. Yeah. But I want to try that more than anything. Like in terms of Indian cuisine. Is that Pani Puri. Pani Puri. So he just defends it, and it's a bad game because I just got a little distracted there, and but what are you gonna do? I can use the excuse that I have COVID. I don't know what he's thinking about. I guess he's thinking about taking it, I guess. How greedy he wants to be. No need for him to be greedy though. But yeah, maybe he's thinking because I can take here, right? Why wouldn't I have gone rook c8? Rook c8. Why would I go rook c8? If I go here, he can just put his queen here. queen e2. And I have nothing. Maybe here. Oh, he's threatening mate. Rook d5, rook d4. I don't know. No, I think I had I think black was better, and then I just missed that he could just simply move his rook, or his bishop rather. Like he could have just defended the bishop. I just completely missed that for some reason. And well, we can always hope that he doesn't see this somehow. You never know. It's happened before. Yeah, too bad. Okay. We're going to go straight to the engine on that one. He played well. He seemed to know all of the ideas against the Dutch. But I think I had a good position. Okay, so... Okay, let's look at it from the very beginning. Yeah, so white didn't get any advantage out of the opening. Just to show you how good the Dutch is. And yeah, I don't think white played it very well at all, the opening. Because black was dictating everything here. I just didn't know. I mean, I played fine until I blundered. So c5 was fine. It actually doesn't mind a5. I was thinking about it. But yeah, anything here was okay. And yeah, queen f6 was okay. It's suggesting the weird rook b8. I wouldn't play that. Or rook f7. I would never play that. So this was fine. Yeah, rook b1. It's a little strange. So g5. So g5 is not in the top 5 moves. It's fine though. Nothing inherently bad. Inherently, it actually is suggesting h5 as the top move. Excuse me, as the top move here, which I don't understand. But let's try to understand it. So we can use this little. Whoops, I'm on the wrong screen here. We can use this little known show threat button. And actually, let me just update CPT. Well, I'll do that after. But yeah, so what is this h5 thing? That feels very odd. First of all, if h4, then it wants to go like, do they want to break on g? Well, let's not even have him play that. Let's just have him play something random. It just wants to keep pushing it. It's a very, yeah, I don't know. It's some long-term idea, or it's to entice h4. And then I don't understand. And then g5. Interesting. I think it's to try to entice some type of weakness from white, but not so clear. It's also suggesting queen e7 here. But then why did I play queen f6, right? So yeah, I don't really understand the plans there. G5 was good enough. And then yeah, taking was fine. So it wants me to take on d4 here. And the reason I didn't is because I thought about it. Oh, yeah. So this would have been bad, but not because of him taking here. Because apparently, oh my God, I forgot about this idea. Oh, there's a little trap there. Queen G7 wins on the spot. Missed that. So, but the best move is not taking, but it's apparently because of other moves, like every other move. Like rook b d1. And then bishop c3 and stuff. I don't know. This seems good for black, but apparently it's not. I guess like rook d6 is kind of weak here. But here it wants to play bishop e4. And then, oh, then to take on, oh God, okay. Yeah, then we could take on d4 there. But it's only equal. But I think what's important is that I should have recognized that bishop g5 was not possible. Okay, so it did actually want to go for that. Otherwise, this was fine. And it actually wants to take with the pawn. Can you guys believe it? This is the only winning move. So takes, and then what? I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know. Computer says this is like winning for black, but I don't think it's so simple here. I think it's more that he's left with the terrible bishops here. He's left with terrible, especially if this one gets traded off. Yeah, and then because we can always play e5, and then his dark squared bishop is just really bad. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure. Yeah, not so clear though. This is just equal, and then we're doing better here. So this was still actually the best move, 95, but yeah, and this was the best move. Oh my God. Oh, I should have. Oh, because then we have two threats here. I missed knight f7. Knight f7, and then I'm threatening rook e8, right? So he can deal with one threat. Not there. Here, but then I can go after this other bishop. Missed that completely. Yeah. Yeah, too bad. So that was, although actually I was actually equal here coming up. This was a blunder. Rook takes d3. Yeah, so this was a mistake. I mean, I had only 48 seconds here. So, oh, I guess I had bishop f3 here. And then what? It's only equal. Oh, it's just mate. Yeah, missed that. But I would have lost here because I only had 48 seconds, right? He can just defend. And I would have lost 100%. Sorry. I'm going to get a cough drop. I'll be back. So yeah, this pani peri. I really want to try this. I might not like it. I might not like it. I don't like a lot of Indian food, but I haven't had real authentic Indian food for the most part, just like the westernized version. So, but when I see people eat it, it really, really, really makes me want to try it. I'll probably never have it though in my life, but I really, really want to try it. I hear you have to like eat it really quick. Like as soon as the person makes it, you have to eat it within seconds, I think, because the outer shell gets soggy otherwise. And if you want it crunchy, I think you have to eat it right away. I don't want anything. I can't handle spice at all. Except right now I can, because I can't taste anything. It's kind of funny. Okay, I'm just going to update CPT and then I'll play another game. CPT is this. Boom. It's what I use to keep track of my openings and do opening study and everything. This is from a game earlier today that I was running. So I'm just going to update one position on it. Okay. Okay, good. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to play a new game. Yeah, that one was unfortunate because... Okay, here we have a new account. Not brand new by any means. Okay, let's take this guy down. We have an O'Kelly. And we're going to play the Roxy Bind against the O'Kelly. Because we can. Okay, this line is, I think, a tricky one. If we go knight f3, I'm a little worried about like queen a5, bishop b4 action. Okay, I think I can do it though. I'm gonna go knight f3. You can add an engine into CPT. Yeah, that's how I'm building. Yeah. It's got that UTI or whatever it is, the engine management. So I have it hooked up to Stockfish 17.1. Yeah, I think we just go knight c3 here. If bishop b4, I think I can afford to, at least I hope, to get the double pawns. Otherwise, I might have to play queen d3 or queen c2 or something. No, even then I'm getting double pawns. So, yeah, so bishop b4, I'll play bishop d3. And, yeah, I know. We're going to take, we'll accept them. Okay. I think this is fine, though. It's ugly, but fine. And we will castle now. I'm a little worried about bishop g4. I don't know how much I want to deal with that. h3, are we really going to play for this crap? Because that I really don't like that. I don't want to play. I don't want to play h3 though if I don't have to. Bing bang. Boom, boom. Eventually, I have to play g4, bishop g6. I don't want that. Otherwise, so either way, I'm playing h3 though. So I might as well just play it now. I don't like that though. I really don't. Okay, well I'm playing it. I don't want bishop g4 in my life. Okay. Pressure is being exerted on c4. I could kick him out, but then he's getting the better of this. I always have, okay, we're gonna castle. If he goes knight a4, I've got queen e2. He doesn't want this either. Okay. Can I soften? Yeah, let's start to just give him something to think about while I think about my next move. And maybe, do we want rook e1? Then this bishop can move. Oh, what about here, actually? Okay, let's try that, because now we have a little threat here. So he's going to castle. Do I want bishop b6? What does that do for me? Maybe then I have c5. But this opening, I don't like what has really transpired. I played so reactively. So I need to study up on this. So bishop b6, queen moves somewhere. And then I'm thinking c4. But I'm not sure. At all. In fact, why don't I consider c4 right away? Well, c4 right away, I don't know if I really want him playing d5. Takes. No, I think I want to go here. So I'm going to go bishop b6. And then, yeah, maybe c5. Maybe c5 here. What if takes, and then here? No, maybe we go rook e1. Rook e1. Now this bishop can move. Could also maybe put it on a4. Except, no, I have to keep an eye on this, right? Yeah, I've just been losing lately. Just chess has been extra hard. Okay, so c5. What if he still just pushes like before? No, because now I'm on this twice, right? So that's it. Yeah. So takes, and then I'm on his rook there. Okay, let's play it. Oh, I forgot about a2. As soon as I played it, I missed a2. Damn it. I'm not on the ball. What did he do? He took, yeah. I just missed a2. Okay. Okay, he didn't take a2. I can actually come back here. I might do that because that's kind of a sweet square. Although, hang on. But then can he take on a2 here? No, because then I can attack his bishop, right? Yeah, so I can go here. If he takes, then I go rook b2, and then I take the rook. So he probably has to go to e8, rook e8. And then I'll go rook. Well, I don't know. Maybe I go a4. I don't really want to keep. I don't want these disjointed. What? Can't I take here? Oh, he took my bishop. I thought it was pawn. Yeah, how did I miss that? Wow. I am blind as a bat. So I'm down the I'm down, yeah, 2 pieces for a rook now. Wow, I'm so blind. I just didn't even cross my radar at all. Yikes, guys. Yikes. So we need him to mouse slip, basically. I have COVID. I've got COVID. That's where I've been. It's in the stream title. And that's why I've dropped 100 points. I'm blaming it all on COVID. But I mean, it's gotta be something, right? It's gotta have something to do with it. You know, the brain fog. Because I'm not. It's unusual for me to be in the 2000s, where I am. That's very unusual. And like I'm just missing stuff like bishop takes d3. It's okay. So do I want to go rook a1 or do I want to attack this knight? I don't know. I don't think I want the here, because then he just got bishop c5, right? So let's attack the knight from behind. No, because then he can come in here. So let's do it this way. And we're down a full piece, so let's hope he mouse slips, because what else are we going to hope for here? And I'm just completely blind. I didn't even see that at all. Okay, we'll just go here out of rage, and then we'll resign. But of course, he has to think about before he takes it, eh? Because it's a really hard move. Yeah, it's a really hard move to take my rook. Okay. Well, that was I just missed my bishop hanging on d3. So I think I was fine until then. Yeah. So where was it? Yeah, right here. I didn't even see that he was attacking d3. Never saw it. Yeah, it's funny. I was worse there apparently already though, but this just seals the deal. Okay, well, going to play another one. Maybe I'll get to 1400. I'm on the way there. Thanks for the sub. The thing is, when people sub on Twitch, I can thank them because they're going to be there watching most likely. But when they do it on YouTube, it could be somebody subbing on one of my videos, and they may not be watching the live stream. So I feel weird thanking them because they may not be watching. Okay, let's go. Let's go a5 just to stop b4. I don't think it really matters, and I'm going to play d6 next. So let's go d6. He might play c4 now, and could take with the rook. That would be interesting. I don't really see how we would be attacking exactly, but it is tempting. I'm going to take with the bishop though. But yeah, tempting to take with the rook. And can I go f4? f4, e5. I can just take. And if thanks for the game, definitely not Renz. Yeah, I've got COVID right now, so I'm not playing very well. So sorry about that. Okay, so f4. Yeah, I'm thinking about... The problem is then he's got these 3 strong central pawns, right? And I don't know... I don't think I should be that flamboyant here. What about e5 then? So I think e5 makes more sense. And it makes a hell of a lot more sense. Yeah. Okay. And we take... Okay. So we have the bishop pair. We've got e5 in. I like those aspects. So what about f4 now? That's got to be decent here, right? You would think. It's a knight c4 thing. Then I got knight c6. I'm probably okay there. But what am I doing after f4? What am I doing? Am I ever going to take here? See, I don't know if I actually want to go and take on g3. Then again, I remember Simon Williams doing, you actually go bishop g4. There's actually, that pin can actually be nasty. But this bishop is normally not here. There's no rush though. Then again, I don't really want him taking, right? And then this, okay, so we are going to push. I'm surprised that he took. That's weird. Okay, I'll recapture. Did he want e5? Wow. I wonder if I can go rook e8 or even queen e8. Probably not. He can probably just play rook e1. Okay, so bishop e7. And, okay, let's play it. I'm surprised he took this, though. I mean, that's a risky move. Probably knight c6 next. Okay, I'm not really worried about his discoveries. I'm not really worried about them. So let's play knight c6. And then queen e8 probably. Okay. Not sure what c3 was about. Does he want knight d4? Do we pin? I think we got a pin here, right? Does that make any sense? Because if he moves the knight, like if he moves the queen and then moves the knight, I've got f3. Yeah, so here I was just going to calmly move the queen. So we will. And then if knight bd4, can I just take here? Probably not. Okay. I feel close to something here. Do I have queen h5? Queen h5 takes. Queen h5, rook d3. And can I take here? He's got this stupid rook d3. Can I take here first? Ooh, maybe. Take queen g6. King h1. That's all I have. Almost. Still very close to being good, though. Can I go here? And then this is a threat. Maybe queen g6 here. Queen G6, King H1. Nothing. Yeah, so boom. Maybe, so, yeah, Rook D3. Can I go here? And then just, okay, I'm going to play this. Okay, so Rook D3. Is Rook F5 a thing? I'm close to, oh, well, okay. Yeah, can I take here? I don't think so. Takes, right? That's not good. If we go 95, yeah, he just goes queen takes. So I don't really want this. But then could we do something there? Okay, let's try that. Then maybe rook A6. Look at that. That's something. That's something. It's something. What? I don't get it. Well, I think I can take this. What's even going on here? Because I'm not even up material. That's ridiculous. How am I not up material? No, I am up material. Yeah, I was wondering. Is this a move? Ooh, boy. Or is that just needlessly complicated? You make the King H here. Okay. So probably just Rook A B8. This. Here. Boom, boom. Check. No. Check. Okay. Bing, bang, check. And then here. Okay, I'm going to try that. It's a little, okay, I don't know. It's a little much, but boom, check. Because we covered the bishop. Oh, I forgot that my rook is still under attack there, though. Hello, Adam. And then I was going to go here. Okay, he gives me this check. So I could offer a trade, but let's get off of that. Is this a threat? Somehow I feel it's not. Probably because of... Actually, I can't do that, eh? Okay, so knight e6 could be a problem. Seems like a problem. I don't know if this is possible. He's going for it. I think I should save this. So, could also go here. Okay, let's just go here. And we'll take with the rook. And I'm going to flag here. I thought way too long on that, like 2 moves ago. Way too long on that. And f3 has to be good. So he plays f3. And we shall go here. And king h1. And I have nothing. Yeah, that too. I have this check. Because I'm threatening this now. That's serious. Yeah, that's serious. That's serious. That's mate in 2. Okay. I spent way too long, like 2 or 3 moves ago on the move that didn't really matter. I spent like so long on that. Oh, that was not good time management. Okay, so we got a win finally against the Dutch. Now, I'm curious about this. Like, rook f6, I wonder, is there some attack there? Probably not. And then, yeah, I played e5. Excuse me. Yeah, I thought, I was really surprised him going GF. This seemed super risky. Because I'm not really threatening anything here immediately. But he got scared, I guess, or he wanted something flamboyant. That's my word of the day. I used it like 3 times already. And I prefer black here. I think we have some attack going. I didn't know how to do it. I spent a very long time in this move too. Very long time. Now I thought rook d3 is probably the best move here. That's what I thought. And I didn't know what I was going to do about it. Maybe I just try to trade the rooks. I don't know. But yeah, then he went for the he went for this, which I don't think is good. And then I took yeah, I played rook a b8. There was knight c6, and I forget. Oh yeah, then I was going to go for like this check. Was my idea, because I'm still threatening a lot here. But he went for this instead, and then he just, yeah, it was over here. So this was a mistake here. I'm not, does he just go rook e1? Probably not, because I think he's just getting killed here. So he might have to give up that rook and give up the exchange. So yeah, I think I am winning here. This was just too weak when he played that earlier. So let's look at that with the engine. Boom. Wow. Ooh, my color tones on my webcam are terrible. Let's fix that. Super reddish. Oh yeah, oh, that's so much better, eh? Still kind of reddish though. Let's fix it. There. Wait, what happened? There. Oh, that looks so much better. Okay. So that's, wow. We'll take that. One inaccuracy. Did not feel like that at all. It did not feel, it felt like I made a lot of mistakes. So, the Dutch. Let's see what we can learn. So the A5 is not in the top 5, but it worked out. And Yeah, so I was considering taking with the rook, and yeah, I guess it was not as good as taking with the bishop here, but it's playable. And ooh, so surprisingly, e5 is not the best move here. It's not even in the top 5. Why is that? Yeah, it's saying he can do what he did, or he can just take on f5 immediately and then take on e5. And I'm left with a isolated pawn here. We have the bishop pair. I mean, it is playable, but yeah, I guess we're left with a lone e pawn. How did I miss that idea? Excuse me. So it wants me to beef it up with another piece here, like knight c6. So if I play knight c6, and let's just say he makes a random move, I think, well, I can take on d4, but pretending I can't. Can we now play e5? No, we're still going to be left with an isolated pawn. So I guess I have to be careful with that. Yeah, I guess when e4 is played, we have to be careful about that. So knight c6, and then, okay, let's just say he protects the d pawn. Then maybe sacrificing the pawn now is an idea. And to try to build some attack. I'm not comfortable with that, though. Or g6. I don't know. Okay, I got to be careful about that, though, hey? E4. I'm not used to seeing e4. You know why? Because white usually does not employ a knight on d2. So there's normally not a knight. Sometimes there's a rook on e1 defending it. But normally there's not a knight there. And so I often don't have to worry about e4. Anyways, this is what happened. And this was all good on both sides. It's suggesting queens here. I thought about it because we have play here, but I didn't like blocking my other rook. And queen five was best. And then so I was really curious. I really thought rook d3, and that is one of the best moves. And then it's saying we could go king h8, bishop f5, bishop takes f3. But no, it likes king h8. So what's the idea here? So let's just say he makes like a random move. Let's say a4. Then I want to go queen g6, and if he doubles up, then bishop h3. And if knight e1, we can go f3. And if rook takes, oh, we have a rook here. Okay, so we really have pressure there, hey? Okay. So basically, computer just wants to disregard that rook and just start playing. So what if, did he have, yeah, okay. So what if he played king h1? So after what line was he looking at here? So a4. So what if he plays king h1 here? Yeah, then it's not so simple. It's suggesting like knight a7 followed by bishop. Yeah, then there's no clear plan. I guess this wins his knight, but what about here? Yeah, there's no clear plan at this point. Okay. Or at least there's no clear way to continue the attack. Yeah, so this was a mistake, and I took the rook, which was fine. Yeah, we're just winning here. It's just too strong. Okay, let's play another one. Quick pairing. Okay, we have a 2000 56 new account, so we're probably going to lose. We have a Berlin on board, and it looks like we're going to get an endgame. So he took with the B pawn and not the D pawn. So I don't know if I've ever seen this before. That's weird. And if I haven't seen it, it's probably not good, but it might be playable. So what are we going to do? He's going to bring out the bishop and castle, right? Do I have bishop g5? I guess he plays bishop e7. And I don't really have anything to show for it. So this is interesting. Is his knight kind of trapped here? Can I play g4? Well, he might have knight h4. Interesting. Do we just develop? Okay, let's just develop. Let's just develop. Sorry for the coughing. Can't help it. I cannot help it. Every time I cough, I'll drink. He goes g5. Wow. Can that be good? I think we need to take it. I know he has rook g8, but I think we have to take it. Scary though. Interesting opening. This will be interesting to look at later. So bishop e7. And do I want to take it? Can I go bishop f6 and give a pawn back? Maybe. Rook g8. If he takes on f6 and I recapture and queen takes, I give back a pawn and trade off a bishop. I can then go rook e1. I don't know, king d8. It's playable, but I could do something similar and not give up a pawn though. What about queen d2? There might be knight c4. What about knight e4? Because then I can go into f6. That might be the move. Knight e4. That's got to be good. How did I not think about that? Knight e4. He still might just trade here. But then my knight is better placed. So knight e4, rook g8. I can still get it. I think this is the move. Yeah, so rook g8. I think I'm going knight f6. Okay, still knight f6 here. Now I could play en passant, but I don't. No, because then I don't get the anchor square of f6 anymore. I could also take on e7 first, and then play knight f6, check. which is kind of nice. Or I could go here first, check. And but then he moves to, not here. Yeah, that's mate, right? So he has to take. Yeah, let's start with knight f6. He has to take, and we'll take with the pawn, I think. Well, I guess no, this wins a rook. So this should be game over here. Although taking with the pawn looks very good too. But he did have bishop e6, so yeah, we shall take this way. Actually, this doesn't win a rook. A rook, it wins the exchange. But we'll do that. No, it wins a rook. What am I smoking? It wins the rook. So I think he resigns here. No, the key move was the the knight e4. And what's scary is that I didn't even think about that for like a minute. It should have been the first thing I looked at was knight e4, or considered. And I didn't even see it as a possibility. Okay, and I think we take. I don't think he's mating us here. So we take, and I just don't see what he can do. Every idea is going to be too slow. Yeah, maybe queen e6 or queen e7. Maybe here. Yeah, and then I can just come back. And, well, we could come in here maybe. I'm not worried about him taking. I mean, maybe I should be, but I'm not. Actually, this is tempting too, because that's a big check. Excuse me. Yeah, so if he swings his queen in, I think I can still offer a trade. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Queen d2. So queen g4, I go queen g5. Because I'm threatening mate in 2 there. Viewers have left. I don't blame anybody with all my coughing and my losing. My play has been atrocious. Okay, so he does go for the pawn, and I do think I'm going to go for an attack here. So let's get the queen in. Yeah, despite losing, I'm happy to have streamed again. It's been like 2 weeks since I've streamed. Hello, Sublime Sundex. And, well, I'm thinking we have a check. Now, we could just simplify here, and I would be happy with that. I don't think we need to overthink this, but I will anyways, because that's the type of person I am. I think I'm just going to simplify at this point. You know, I have enough material. I'm up a rook, so we will simplify. Yeah, ready to simplify now and just cash in. And time to activate. So I guess he's got bishop a6 here, but then yeah, I mean, he does have that. There's still some work to be done. Okay, I'm still going to do that though. Get the rook active. So bishop a6, I'll move the rook somewhere. I'm not sure where. Probably just to e1. Maybe to d1. I'll put it on the e1. Okay, he doesn't though. So he gives us the b file. And I think I'm just going to go to b7 here. So that's what I shall do. And then I'm threatening mate in 3 here if I go rook f b1. I think I'm still threatening it. So let's, yeah, we don't care about the a pawn. It's irrelevant because we're up a pawn here. I was thinking about ending the stream after this game, but my rating is so low. I think I want to play another one to get it back up. So I just want to offer a trade here because I'm threatening mate, right? So we shall do that because his king is neutered. Okay, so he wants to escape now. I could take and then yeah, I don't think it quite matters if I take first or not. Here, I think I'm going to let him make the decision. And we will pre-move the recapture because it's the only thing that makes sense. And yeah, so he decides to do that. So, well, so he has to take it as a pawn, but just in case he doesn't. And now, okay, he is making it tricky for me. I thought this was going to be a walk in the park, but it's not. Okay, let's get the king active. God, COVID sucks. Okay, so king f1. Just get the king centralized. And I think I just want to attack that. He can come in here, but it's no biggie. So we shall attack his knight. Knight c6. I think at that point I will just trade. So we shall trade. And going to continue to get my king centralized. Yeah, but he is making me work for it. And let me just push a pawn. Well, I think I can just break through with these pawns. Why? I don't know why I'm laboring over my decisions here. His knight can't get over to the king side here, so I can just march these pawns up. I don't want to go 8. I don't want to lead with the h pawn because then he has h6. I mean, technically I could still do that, but okay. He did a check there. Okay, I'm still going to take though. No reason to give him connected pawns. And yeah, just simply bring up my king, make sure there's no tricky forks. And we should be good. Okay, just march over here. You know, if you stay 3 squares away from the knight, it'll never harm us. And this should pick up. Well, I guess it doesn't pick up anything. And this could still be a threat. But I'm just going to create a passed pawn here. Yeah, eventually I'm willing to sacrifice the rook for this pawn because this is going to be too advanced. So if he manages to I mean, it's going to take him 100 moves to do that, but then I'll just sack here. And yeah, just going to get my pawns rolling. And okay, we'll take. And we'll promote. This was a very long conversion, but I don't care how long it takes, right? As long as we eventually get the job done. That's all I care about. If it takes 100 moves or 20 moves, as long as it's checkmate at the end, we are happy. And now we just simplify a little bit, and I win everything. So you got to like that. And might as well get another queen. And pre-move. Get the other pawn. And now we'll give a check. Flush him out. Flush out the dirty rat. And mate here, next move. Oh, it's not mate. Now it's mate. Okay, I'm not going to analyze that because that was a silly game. I'm going to play another one now. But yeah, feels bad, man, to have dropped so much. But when you're sick, your brain just doesn't function. I'm hoping it's because I'm sick. I'm hoping it's not just because I'm bad. Okay, we have another 1900. We have this bolder attack from white. Not very inspiring. I think I can actually take this pawn. I don't think bishop f7. I don't think this works. I think we can actually take this pawn. So I don't know what is up with these games tonight. Okay. I think I just want to go back to f6. But then do they have this? Because I can't take because of bishop f7 there. So I might have to go e6 here. Knight f6 takes. Would be, yeah, I think I have to go e6 here. To stop bishop f7. Otherwise, I'm losing my queen. Okay, so now knight f6. And if he takes here, we're fine. If d5, I think I have e5. So I think we've written out the traps. And yeah, now we take. And we should just be up a pawn here. So I think white tried for a trap there and didn't succeed. So we just go back king e8. King e8. This check shouldn't be a problem. I think we're okay here. I think white plays this opening for these traps. Okay, bishop e7. We should be fine. I don't see the problem. But yeah, white is throwing gloves here. I kind of want to take with the pawn for some reason. But if I take with the bishop, then I have another square for my king. So maybe bishop f6. Bishop f6. Okay, I'll do this. If f4, I might just take. Okay, so here we have a number of options. I don't know if I want knight d7. There might be rook d1. No, because then I can take the knight. I may have to stop after this game. I'm really coughing a lot now. Oh, man. I was doing fine in the beginning of the stream. Okay, so knight d7, I guess. And if, I mean, that should work. It should work. If f4, we can always take at the worst, you know, worst case scenario. Excuse me. Okay, so we're up a pawn, and we have the bishop against knight, and we have the better king. Do we want it? I don't know if I want c6, king c6 or king c7. I think this is a safer move. But I'm going to go here. We'll see if I regret it. Okay, I'm centralizing it more, but I feel this is safer because I'm controlling d8. Okay, so he wants to come in here. It doesn't really bother me, so let's get a rook on the d file, and then I'm just going to go bishop e7. Dominates his knight and protects c5. Now, if he offered the trade, and I trade all the rooks, you know, it's winning for black, but it's work. It is work. I don't really want work. I don't want work. Who wants work? I'm going to do it because it's a theoretical win. But it's work. It's work. But pawns on both sides of the board, bishop against knight, we're up a pawn, king is better. We have 3 things in our favor. Okay, he opts not to trade. I could just keep pushing my pawns. It's a little slow though. Is it worth? I don't think this is, because this is going to be required babysitting. Okay, we have the majority here though, so I can't really do anything on this side, but okay, I think I'm going to push the pawns. So king f1, I don't know, I don't really have a plan other than pushing. So that's what I'm going to do, even though this is where my majority is. Now, is this a thing? Check. Then he pushes. You could also go here. That's not really a thing. Is this a thing? I don't know. I don't know if I should be pushing those. No, let's play over here. This will fix it on a light square. I don't love that, but I'm going to play it. If I can get these pawns fixed, then okay. Okay, what about a4? Takes. Check. Not sure about this, but it's what I've played. Okay. Now b3. That'll fix these on dark squares. I kind of like that. And if he takes, then I have, I'm still, okay, I'm going to play that. I'm going to go for that. Either way, I fixed a pawn on a dark square. And so I have rook b8. Really my only move. Then he gets this in. Well, I have to defend the pawn. Yeah, so here I've got king b5. Then he can attack this. So what about here? There's still still this. Okay. Things are getting out of hand. Things are starting to get out of hand here. I can't seem to get my bishop active. Gives me a check. Oh, okay. Yeah, he wants this. Okay, fair enough. But he won't be attacking this pawn anymore. Okay. Fair enough. So how do I progress here? Boom. Comes in here. Okay, well let's play this. This shouldn't hurt. So this is so passive. I also don't want to push it though. But maybe I have to. And push this. Okay, I don't like this so much. Don't like it so much. It's scary. Can I go here? Boom, boom, boom. Boom. That should be winning, right? Push. Okay, risky though. Because I could have just played this, would have been simpler. You know, would have been simpler. So knight f4, we go e5, and we are in a time situation. I could also passively defend it. But no, we're going to go here. Knight h5, bishop f6. I guess I could attack. No, this is better, right? This wins the knight. Okay. So let's get the bishop active. He's got a check, though. I don't like the check. Oh, I got to play quicker. I'm going to flag, man. So he's got this check, but how is he getting home? Okay, no, that's a fork. It's an invisible fork. No, it's not. Okay, so... Okay, now... We go here. Actually, is he trapped? No, he can defend it, but then I can attack it, right? Can I do that? Check. Doesn't work. Check. Did that work? Come back here. Dangerous. Okay. I forgot I'm on my clock there. Yeah. Damn, I'm so slow. Good God. 26 seconds. When did that happen? Holy moly. I just stopped playing. I just forgot about the clock. I'm going to go here and then bishop a3. But I screwed this up. I played so slow. Oh, man. Can I pre-move that? Look at that. Do we have something here? "24 seconds. King F2. How do I take? I think I take with the rook. Oh, that's probably winning either way. Yeah, I'll take with the rook. It's more forcing. He was not expecting this. The quality of pawns is what matters, not the quantity. Okay, we take. Now, if we... Yeah, this looks to be winning, so... Push. Time to resign, sir. Or let your time run. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, nice to see the bishop a3. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Okay, that felt good because it was just one of those silly games where I'm just completely winning and then I just forget about the clock, you know. So, okay, let's take a look at that one. Hello, Sudeep. Oh, no, I was watching for stalemate. Okay. Hello, I want checkmate. Yeah, I think I could have done it with just the queen and the bishop. I was trying to do it, but then I didn't want to risk it, so I just went for it. Hello, Siraj. So let's take a look at that. Yeah, so I think this opponent played this opening to try to be tricky. There were a couple of little traps in the opening here. So he drops a pawn, but I think that was his plan because if you're not careful here, like if you take, actually, hang on, sorry. Wait, what were they scared about here? No, I could have taken. Well, how did I scare myself here? I think I could have taken here. I don't know. For some reason, I thought there was going to be a queen trade, but there's not. I could just take here. Anyways, I went e6, and then knight f6. And yeah, defending against the fork. We're just up a pawn. I mean, we're just up a pawn, but this was a little bit closer than I wanted it to be. I don't know if there was something I could have done better. Was this too, maybe this was too passive, this bishop e7. Because I should I be, well, but then again, what am I doing? Like, because do I want a rook in, maybe I could have just played rook d7 here, let him take. And then, yeah, we do this. I'll be up a pawn there still. My king is better. Yeah, maybe I could have just played rook d7. Might have been simpler, honestly. And yeah, he avoided the rook trade. And I didn't really know the best way of continuing here. I know that this is where my majority is. So this is really where we should be pushing pawns to create the passed pawn. But that's also where the king is. My king's over on this other side. I'm on the wrong screen here. Or maybe not yet. So yeah, so my idea though was just to get the pawns progressed a little bit, and then if those come to a standstill, well, then I can start working on pushing these ones. And my king is better, so if the pawns are kind of all locked in at some juncture, then we can try to trade rooks or something, and then I should be better situated, namely because of my king. Excuse me. And so then here, sorry, I'm sick. Sorry for all the coughing. Look who we got home. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is, Sudeep. I actually don't really watch other YouTubers or streamers. I watch Ginger GM. That's basically it. I used to watch Chess Network all the time, but I don't really like the content that he puts out now. Like I like his other series better. I like it when he plays. When he plays, but he puts out a lot of content now that is analyzing other games. So I don't like that so much. And I used to watch a lot of John Bartholomew, but I think his stuff has also kind of changed over time. So I want checkmate is the variant guy. Yeah, I've never been into variants myself. I know kids are great at them. Whenever I play a kid over the board, they'll crush me. Even they could be terrible. I played that Super King. I played Super King. It's kind of fun. Bug House is my favorite though. Or Hand and Brain. It's nice to play 4-player chess. Those are my favorite. Hand and Brain and Bug House. I don't really like one-on-one variants so much. But Super King's kind of fun. Okay, so sorry, where was I here? So at G3. Yeah, here I was just trying to fix these pawns on dark squares so that long term I might be able to do something against it. And so that's kind of what I did here. And then this is about the time when I noticed my clock being really low. No, it wasn't even here yet. Wasn't even here yet. And so it did a little bit of jiggling back and forth. I didn't want to push these pawns. That's why I was very hesitant to do so. I don't want to put them on the same color as my bishop. That was one of my reasons. But didn't really have much of a choice. Got a little bit. I mean, I spent some time here. I know that this would have been simplest if I had just gone e5 because I can always play c4 next move. But I liked making white make a decision here. And this was the time, around the time when I noticed I only had like 20 seconds or so. And that was frustrating. But again, the quality of the pawns is what matters. And so these pawns are kind of irrelevant. You can take them off the board. It doesn't really change the position. You ever play drawback chess, Dizzy? What, is drawback chess a variant? Hello, definitely not John. I've never heard of drawback chess. No, I'm not a variant. I have enough trouble with normal chess. So but yeah, so again, these pawns are kind of irrelevant. This is what matters because we can get a passed pawn here. So Yeah, just building that up. We're almost at the stage where I can almost just go bishop a3 and just take it. I wonder if that would work. I think the way I did it is better. If you move a piece, you can't move it for 5 moves. Oh, that's interesting. You know, I kind of do that at the chess club, but I don't tell them. Like, that's my way of evening the odds. Sometimes if I'm playing against a weaker player, if I'm playing, even against like some kids, I'll play like paralyzed chess, but I won't tell them. So I won't move like the whole queen side of my side, the whole game, or at least as long as I'll move every other piece as long as is legally possible. So sometimes I'll do that, or I'll just do like a knight or a bishop, but I won't tell my opponent, and I won't move that piece for the whole game, just to even out the odds. So it sounds similar to like that drawback chess. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, so I'm wondering if I could almost, I mean, I like rook a2, but I'm wondering if I could play bishop a3 here. Because let's just say he takes on g7. Can I take? And then rook a2? See, that might be winning right there. I think it is. So this might be winning too, bishop a3. So it really shows you the quality of, like, how important the quality of pawns is versus the quantity. Because you can take all of these off. You can probably even take off the c pawn. You might even be able to take off the c pawn. This is the only pawn that matters. And so you can just sack everything here and then promote it. So it's an interesting way to think of things. Hello, Programming Archives. Yeah, I've got COVID. So I'm coughing and I'm apologizing for the coughing. Thank you. Yeah, I think the worst is over. I think yesterday or last night I made a good jump in recovery because I slept 12 hours. As I was saying at the start of the stream, I went to bed last night at like 6:30 p.m. And then I woke up and it was still light out. And I'm like, oh, gee, I thought I slept longer than an hour or two. And I look at my phone and it said 7. My phone doesn't say if it's AM or PM. It just said 7. And I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I'm surprised I didn't sleep that long because it felt like I slept longer. And then it said Thursday, but I went to bed on Wednesday. And so it was 7 a.m. And I was so confused because I haven't slept 12 hours in maybe a decade. And yeah, so after that sleep, my fever went away, but I'm still coughing, as you can see. But it's been so long since I streamed, I thought I would try it again. Okay, anyways, I went rook a2, and then I went bishop a3. I only had like 20 seconds here, and, well, we'll just have a queen. So now I tried to do the quick mate with the queen and bishop, and probably I can do it like this, right? Yeah, I probably should have just went here, bishop e3, and then it's mate. So it's mate in 3 here. But I was panicking. So I guess the way I did it was 1 or 2 moves longer. But yeah, this would have been simplest. But it's kind of a dangerous pattern to know because it only works if your opponent has reserved tempi here, right? Otherwise, it's going to be stalemate. So. Okay, I was going to stop, but since there's a few people in the stream, I'll play another one, but I am going to get another cough drop first. Not that it seems to be helping. Okay. Here we go. Look, I got a little dizzy getting up there. So let's play another one. Yeah, I did get dizzy getting up. I'm always dizzy. Okay, Scandi. Have not seen a Scandi in a while. We have a modern Scandi. And some people play bishop g4 here for some reason, which I think is not very good because I think we go bishop b5 here. No, that's not right. It's only when it's some other situation, but it's not here. So I think we go c4. Okay, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, this is... Okay, so c4. Trying to remember this. There's some move here. Okay, so if h3 and takes and queen f3, I think we're decently happy there. c6 or knight c6. But I'm trying to, I feel like there's another move too. Okay, let's go. I think I normally play h3 here, but there's something that I often forget. And I think it might burn me. Is it knight c6? No, not yet, but it takes in a knight c6. Well, anyways, let's pre-move the recapture. If bishop h5, I think, am I playing g4? That's the $1 million question. That's the $1 million question. g4, bishop g6. I have knight e5, but I don't think it's... Is it as good here? Maybe. Yeah, knight e5. Yeah, probably I'll go that route. And then if... I don't know if he goes c6 or... like knight bd. Okay, he takes... Okay, so hopefully there's not... Okay, so we are getting this line. So I probably want to defend my d-pawn with bishop e3. I don't know, like nothing else really makes sense to me. Unless we can afford to give it up. Maybe we can. Because we do have some pretty good development there. And then we have rook d1. But I'm too cowardly to do that. So I think I'm just going to go bishop e3. Yeah, this is probably not the best move. Sacking the pawn might be good, but that's not me. Yeah, I'm too much of a coward. So e6 maybe, or knight d7. Let's say e6. Then maybe bishop e3, because... Well, mainly because I want a castle. Yeah, okay, he's applying pressure. I want a castle, but knight c3, like rook d1 is nice to have. Knight c3, queen a5. I always have bishop d2. Queen b6. Maybe I should just prepare to castle. Maybe I just go bishop e2 here. My queen is starting to get awkward. Is this still a thing? I don't think so. It could be. it kind of is. Maybe I have bishop c3. Okay, so maybe I go bishop e2. And it's just castle. I don't like not castling. I like castling. Okay, so I don't think he has any great discoveries. Although at the same time, I don't have great ways to defend it. But I will once I castle. So let's just castle. And then I have rook d1. Okay, so I think he's going to castle. And I think we just need to develop at this point. So let's go knight c3. And we have the bishop pair. So I think we're doing okay. Maybe rook a d1. Just getting that rook lined up with his queen. Queen a5. Can we... Well, a pawn is hanging. So what about knight e4 right away? Knight e4, take. I think it's playable. And it does remove the defender. But he could also come in here. It's got to be okay, though. Or should I do this first? I kind of like rook a d1. Rook a d1, queen a5. Okay, I'm gonna go for this. I think. Hang on 1 second. Rook a d1, e5 is kind of a... No, I'm not too worried about that. Okay, let's go rook a d1. Morphy style, get all the pieces developed, right? So Sudeep, they say the best time to sleep is when the sun goes down, and it might depend where you live, because in the winter the sun goes down here at 4 p.m. or like 4:30 p.m. That's a little early to sleep. So I think it depends where you live. We have really short days in the winter here. Okay, so he does go knight bd7. So knight e4. And then if takes, knight f6, this is covered. I still think I want that, though. Not sure about the e5, though. Maybe I should look at that. So knight e4, bing, bang, boom. Queen somewhere, then e5, takes. Yeah, I still don't love it, but I want this active. Okay, let's do that. Hopefully it's not premature. You know, I could have kept building things up with like rook f e1. Yeah, so knight e4, queen e4, knight f6. I think I just want to go back queen f. He doesn't do that. He does want this a pawn. So I could play a3. I think I'm just going to... Well, but then if I ever push the b pawn, he's still on this. Yeah, distraction like my stream, right? That's what you mean. I understand. I wonder if I could go... I can almost go b4 and then rook b1. It might be knight b6. Could be dangerous. Okay, let's play a3. I don't love it. I don't love it because the a pawn is still weak. Very low on the clock. Is this a weak square? Okay. I can almost go here and then take that one. Okay, come back here. Hang on. I might have b4 because if takes rook a1 and then takes, do I have rook f b1? Is he trapped? Okay, let's do it. Risky, 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 risky. I don't think he can take because I think I have rook a1 and then rook f b1. Because my knight covers these escape squares. So I think, I mean, he could try for this, but that's pretty dangerous. Although that doesn't work, because then he could grab these, because then he's got this square. So he could possibly come here. But that's got to be a dangerous square for him. Maybe not. Excuse me. He might be able to get away with that. And I don't want to invest the time. I don't think. Plus, he can always go back to a6. I don't think I can trap him if he goes there. The rook. How to reach 1500 quickly. Well, you're there already. Come on. You're basically 1500. Play more games, and you'll get there. He didn't want to risk it. I don't blame him. Okay, so this allows e5. But then is this a threat? Might be, might be. So I could entice that. Let's do that actually. Okay, so e5, we have bishop g5. He doesn't fall for it though. And now I want to rip open the C file. So I think I want to push here. Although I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Bing, bang, boom, bang. Maybe not. Okay, maybe I can do it this way. No, you know what? This has to be a mistake. I'm wasting too much time, but I don't. I want to open up the C file, but I had problems with him taking and then playing knight f6. Let's go there. I'm wasting so much time. Oh my God, my time management. I want to find good moves. Oh, if I go here, is this a thing? No. Okay, we can do that. Is there a reason I didn't play knight e4 there? My time management, man, is just atrocious. Like, it's ridiculous. I get the good positions. Like, come on, is this a good position or what? This is the best position in the world. But then I spend so much time to get there. Because I don't like to settle for less. I don't like to settle for... Okay, so... Okay, let's push here. How can I get here? The answer is you don't. But we're just going to enjoy this passed pawn until we flag. And maybe I can get this going. No, he says, no, you won't. So let's move the queen before we flag and then play f4. and make some moves. He's got this now. I just burned all my clock. Burned all my clock. Look at that. You guys see that? I don't want to give him that. He can defend it now, but I wasted my time there. Really? Okay, I'll give him that one. I mean, I just had a winning position, but no time. No, the knight was not hanging. My rook, man. Oh boy, come on. Oh, come on. I shall not be flagged today. I shall not be flagged today. That's twice now. At least 2 games where I was not flagged. I'm going to close my window because I think I'm waking up the neighbors. Oh, it feels good not to flag, you know? How many games do I flag when I'm just completely winning? So it feels good not to flag for once. Sick with COVID and elderly, but I can still sometimes move quickly. Okay. Let's take a look at that again. Okay, so yeah, it was this Scandi, this modern Scandi. And I'm trying to think of what line. There's some line where you go bishop b5, but it might not even, maybe that might even be a Sicilian. No, but I think it's a Scandi. And I'm trying to think what line that is. I think it's in the modern. No, but there's some difference because I think this pawn is on d5 in those positions. I don't know how that would happen. Or like here. Oh, I see. So maybe it's when bishop, maybe it's here. Bishop b, maybe that's what I'm thinking of, is bishop g4 here, and then you go bishop b5. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Programmer archives. I know it is weird, but that's my test over there. And I am vaccinated. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. So I have 3 or 4 vaccinations, but my last one might have been like a year ago. I can't remember when the last one was. But yeah, in case that's what you were wondering, I think I picked it up at the chess tournament that I went to a couple weeks ago. That's where I think I picked it up. I had the test there too. If you're curious, if you think I didn't throw it out yet. I mean, there it is. So. Okay, so we had this position, and yeah, I mean, bishop e3, it looks kind of weird, and I was considering dropping it, like gambiting it with like knight c3 just to get some development in, but I'm a coward, so just played this out here. Yeah, 94. I don't know if it was premature, because he could just take and then play knight f6, but we do have the bishop pair, and I burned a lot of time here because I didn't really want to play a3, and I don't know what I would have done had he just played queen a6 or queen a4. Would have been a bit annoying. So yeah, I'm not sure what I would have done. Maybe just rook fe1. And yeah, then we get this position here. Yeah, so I'm trying to remember why I played d5. I think I just didn't want to open up the e file, and I wanted to play knight e4. Yeah, so we get this position here. And then for some reason, yeah, he went rook e8. Oh, he didn't want this fork, right? Yeah, maybe he should take then. Oh, no, I still have the fork. Okay, I guess his move made sense. He could have played like queen c7 or queen b8 though. Probably makes more sense, right? Yeah, especially because I wanted to open up the c file anyway. So maybe queen b8. Yeah, these moves make more sense to me. I pushed. I didn't have much time here, and yes, this looks natural. But what are we doing after that? I didn't really have a plan after that. So, decided to push just to keep him cramped, and then play c5. Didn't have any plan here. I forget why I played queen c4. I think I just wanted off of this file. And yeah, then this was uncomfortable, especially with no time on the clock. Yeah, very uncomfortable. Didn't look good because I was about to flag. He segregated his rooks. And this is one benefit of pushing deep into your opponent's camp, is your opponent doesn't have many moves. Like this pawn is just wreaking havoc. And my bishop too, right? It's taking away all of the dark squares from his rooks. And so it's really hard for his rooks to move, And yeah, so I cut them in half, and now he's going to lose the exchange. He probably should have just taken that bishop off at this point, I think, especially when I had such little time, because he can probably just defend from here, and that might have been the most pragmatic decision here. Here, I considered taking the rook right away, but I didn't like that he takes my knight, but he's also on my rook, so takes, I mean, technically I could defend one. Maybe I should have. Maybe that's still the better decision. I was trying to get more out of it, though, but I probably should have just taken here first and then defended. Yeah, but I didn't have much time. And here I took the rook and let him take mine. And yeah, here he loses rook. And we should be winning here, but I was so low on clock here. Yeah, and I couldn't figure out what to do here. Probably there was nothing I could have done. So I just try to get my knight into the game, and I couldn't figure a clear way into this. Yeah, I probably should have just taken the pawn here. Yeah, and at this point, I mean, I couldn't figure it out in time. So just making moves so I don't flag, and then it all worked out. I actually had a mate here, but I was almost pre-moving at this point, and then we go. Okay, let's look at that with the engine. Uh-oh. I wonder if this is when I didn't take his rook. No, I think it was earlier than that. Oh, with that game, I'm back to 2100 by a hair. That feels good. I hate being below 2100 because even 2100 like feels bad. I only feel respectable if I'm mid 2100. Anything below mid 2100, I really feel embarrassed. So yeah, I'm glad to get back to 2100. Okay, so take a look at this. So H3 is a mistake, and I always play it. If we look at the database, I always play H3, but I do well with it. 75% win rate, small sample size. So, but why is it bad? It's bad because of knight c6, and I always forget this. And if I play d5, oh yeah, it's because of this move, knight d4. Like, who would think about this being a problem? And I have notes. I remember I have notes in my repertoire about this. And then he has this e5. And if we take en passant, then, I mean, yeah, then black is slightly better here, but it's pretty equal. I don't know why black is slightly better. Makes no sense. But anyways, it's not the best way for white to play. And unless you know that specifically, like, you're not going to see that over the board, I don't think. To see all of this, specifically knight d4, yeah, and queen d1 is no better and then you have to see this e5 move. And and if we ignore the e5, like what did I play last time? I played bishop e3. Well, but then how do we castle, right? If we go g3, then, I mean, yeah, white's no better here. So not h3, so bishop e2. Bishop e2. So we can take with the bishop is the move here to be played. Knight c6, then we can play d5 and we're better. So I always forget that. And let's see what the leech has. What do most players play here? No, not, sorry, here. Most actually play bishop e2. I'm one of the rare 5% that plays h3. So just play bishop e2. I got to remember that. This was all good. So my opponent actually didn't punish me for it. That's why I get away with it. That's why I keep playing h3. So here, bringing in the rook first was good, but I should have kept building things up. This was not great because of what I feared. And we're okay here, but it's not the best way for white to play. It wants to play rook d2 and double up. So if black just makes a random move, it wants to double up. Or it wants to play g4. I would never play g4. What's the idea here? Let's just say he makes a random move. Just another chance to double up and just get some space. I don't know. I wouldn't play g4 there, like, unless I really know what I'm doing. There's also D5 apparently. Oh. Yeah, this was fine. Yeah, so had he played Queen A4, yeah, there was nothing we could do about it. Okay, so there's nothing to write home about here. So it didn't like Knight H5 from black here. And yeah, this was all good. Knight E4 here is apparently stronger. I considered it, but it seemed like I had to calculate. I only had a minute and a half here. Oh my God. I burned so much time. Look at my move time distribution. I spend almost all my time by move 17. My time management is so bad. Oh God, I better drink. Every time I cough, I should drink. Okay, Knight F4. 94. Yeah, this was all good. I only had a minute 16 here. It actually does prefer Knight D6. And then it wants to take. No, I'm fine with what I did. And yeah, more or less these moves were okay considering the time I had. But it's pretty equal here. So this was actually a mistake. My bishop e7 was a blunder. Yeah, and black should have just sniped that off. Now, I'm surprised that this is equal. Black does have a passed pawn, a protected passed pawn, but I'm surprised this is equal. He also has a pawn extra, right? For the exchange. I don't know. I prefer white here. I like having the rook. So I'm surprised that it's equal. I would think white would have an edge here. Not a huge one. But yeah, so better would have been rook b1. Okay, yeah, this makes sense because then we could go here next. At least our rook is better. Like, for example, if we did this now, which is still not good. Okay, I thought this is a better version, though. Apparently, it's not a better version. That's surprising. Okay, so after queen c8, then it wants to double up on the b file and then play this way. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyways, I did this. And yes, I should have just taken the rook. I didn't like him getting active, but we win the exchange, right? So I should have just taken the rook, but I had 45 seconds here. I take it now. And yeah, let's do this. This was all good. You know, more or less. It wasn't perfect, but I had 4 seconds here. You know, I had 12 seconds here, so I did well to convert it. All things considering. All things considered, rather. Yeah. And 3 seconds. So, oh man, he really could have made things more difficult for me. You would think, though. Maybe not at this point. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it there. So the first stream in about 2 weeks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying through all of my annoying coughing. I know that can't be fun to listen to. I'm not sure if I'll stream tomorrow. We'll see. If I'm 1% better, I'll stream. If I'm the same or worse, I won't. But yeah, if I'm even 1% better tomorrow, I'll stream again. Not sure what else to say. Yeah, but just thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. And take it easy. See you next time.